New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. All right, so here we are again responding to, comments, right? So I did a video titled, as you can clearly see, Black Women Like This Never Love Themselves. So within that video, right, the main focus is the Black woman who was there, right? And she was in a group that was labeled as a derogatory slur towards Black people, first off. And the head of that group is an alabaster male, right? And she got disrespected quite a few times by alabaster man or men that were in there. She stated how she, loves and basically her preference is alabaster men, right? One of those alabaster men, they were like, well, I just like look at you guys weird because of your skin, right? And she was like, well, that's fine, that's all right. But I know that there are other white guys out there. You might not, like me or date, Black women, but I know that there are other white guys out there that are, for me and attracted to me. And then because she couldn't take that L, she couldn't take that no, then she went on to explain, oh, well, I know this white guy that I work with and yada, 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 and da, 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 because she took an L. You had one of your preferences basically tell you that you're not attractive, that he looks at you and finds you weird. You wanted to dismiss that. You didn't want to defend yourself. You didn't want to be seen as argumentative because you knew that you were amongst your preference and that if you were seen, right, as other Black women, right, being aggressive and argumentative, that was going to lower your chances, right, of any one of those quote unquote perspective, alabaster suitors from actually choosing you. So what did she do? She decided that she wanted to be docile. She decided that she wanted to have a very light and submissive voice. She didn't want to be seen as aggressive. She didn't want to be seen as argumentative. She made sure that no matter what they stated, no matter how they disrespected her or came at her wrong, that she was going to have that tone so that she wouldn't lose the chances of being picked up by one of her potential suitors. And then later on, another one of the alabaster men in that group decided to state that he was tired of these slurs, right? Basically talking. So he put them on mute. And then he decided to put up a type of picture or, whatever it is, and was basically stating that, oh, I'm basically the master of the universe. I'm speaking now. You're going to respect me when, I'm speaking. And I have this artwork up there that you're going to clearly, look at and admire because I said so. Like I said, there was about 2 to 3 times that she was, disrespected in that video by her preferences, but she decided that she wanted to overlook that. So this is when Peggy Chandler comes in, right? She stated that Black men do the same thing. And I decided, I did go back and forth, in the comment section, but I was like, instead of doing that, I'm just going to make a video about it. It's a lot easier for me to do, and I can get everything off instead of just typing. So to Peggy Chandler, you said that Black men do the same thing. Nowhere in here did it have to really do with Black men. Black men are not even the focal point. The only time that a Black man had to do with anything in this conversation was the Black man that was in that group that was speaking and advocating for Black people and Black unity and for Black love. And there was nothing wrong with that at all. But mind you, you're not going to say anything about the Black woman that was there amongst her preferences, right? Getting disrespected, getting devalued, right? Getting mistreated by her preferences. And then also trying to state that Black people are racist and that Black people always want to tell people like, oh, don't do this, but then they do the same thing. And then how in order to justify a preference, she decided to sit up there and bring in Jesus, but like, oh, but Jesus is for everybody. So I don't believe in, not doing this and not doing that because Jesus is for all people. Like I said before, it's some crazy type of stuff that gets condoned and that gets overlooked on purpose just to solely make a topic and a subject of a video that has nothing to do with black men, making black men the focus. And that's exactly what Peggy Chandler decided to do, right? Then she later on basically wrote, it takes two. This is not just black women. Adjust yourself, son, and stop giving advice. Now, see, this is the thing that I said up there. I try to be as respectful as possible to people. I don't try to bring age in this. I don't even try to insinuate I even know anybody's age. But the moment in time I see a woman throw around age and it's in this type of manner as if to throw shots directly at me, this is when I got to sit up there and put people in their place. I'm completely fine with any woman out there trying to call me son or youngin and all. That's great. That's cool. That's letting me know your age and how old you are, right? And that lets me know that I will stay young and continue to be young while you will further continue to age and hit that wall. Like I said, that's the difference. That is a clear-cut difference. And this is why I sit up there and tell people, be careful of the words that you decide to use and be careful of what you decide to say to people and how you decide to come directly at people. Like I said, you're going to hit a wall quicker than I ever will. And it's coming right there if you're not already staring at it at this moment in time. I'm looking at the vast void of space. It's infinite. I can reach out there and still not touch nothing. I can run forward right now, still not touch nothing. Like I said, there are levels to this. So like I said, that's the place that you put yourself in. I'm just making you realize exactly what it is that you stated. And then you also wanted to tell me to stop giving advice, but yet you're the one that decided to throw some type of a shot and throw advice in there at the same time. That's the craziest thing. You're telling one person not to give advice while you're able to give advice. So what? I guess because you're older than me, you can give advice because you're quote unquote supposedly wiser, right? And I shouldn't give advice because I haven't lived as long or had any of the experiences that you've had on this planet, right? So I should just basically sit back and just listen to you. Nah, let me just teach you something real quick. No matter how old you are, I just want you to understand that you came to me. You came to my platform. You came to something that I built, right? You didn't build this. You have no control over this, nothing like that. Understand, like I said before, there are levels to this. I am so great. Just like I tell a lot of my, quote unquote haters, the greatest fans that I have, I'm so great that you decided to come to me. I didn't seek you out. I didn't tell Peggy Chandler to come leave a comment directly, on my platform. You came to me because of my energy, because of everything that I put out. Like I said, there are levels to this. That was level 3. Like I said, understand exactly where we are, right? So later on, I decided to make another response, directly back at her, right? And then she came back and she decided to make a response stating that black men are doing and saying the same thing she is saying. Is it all right to let your alabaster girlfriend call you a certain word? Nobody is condoning any of these actions, but like I said before, she's the type that cannot stay on topic. In order for her to feel like she has any type of point, she has to actively attack black men because that's the only thing that she knows how to do. She doesn't know how to attack anything else. She's so brainwashed to the fact that she doesn't even understand that she's been taught by somebody else that black men are the enemy. And this is who you have to keep consistently attacking. She doesn't even register the fact of how detrimental that black woman's attitude in the video was towards not only herself, but other black women as a whole. Because those alabaster men, those preferences, they're going to sit up there and use that black woman as an example to basically talk about all the rest of the black women out here that want to sit up there and, date whoever and whatever they want to sit up there and date. Like I said, and that's what y'all don't understand. But like I said, I can't expect you to decide to correct bad behavior because you're within the same type of bad behavior. So if you got somebody doing something negative and another person doing something negative, you can't expect those two negatives, right, to come together and to formulate a plan to make a positive action plan. It's just impossible for them to do. Two wrongs don't make a right. But like I said before, you're the type of individual that doesn't understand that. So for you, 100 plus 100 is basically 2. And I don't mean 200, I just mean 2. Like I said before, your formula and everything that you're doing is clearly wrong at this moment in time. But, you know, it is what it is because that's the type of individual that you are.